Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to our channel once again. So if you're just seeing this channel, this is Japa with their days. On this channel, we discuss relocation opportunity to Portugal, where we reside, to Austria, and other beautiful European countries where we believe that you are going to have a cheap and affordable relocation experience. And if you are in the construction business, this is an exciting opportunity for you that you cannot afford to miss. So, which means if you are if you're an architect, if you're a civil engineer, surveyor, quantity surveyor, structural engineer, you are into plumbing, you are a carpenter, you are a bricklayer, and other sub part of the construction business or the building business. Okay, the state of Western Australia has come up with an initiative to recruit international immigrants to come to Western Australia to help them to be able to build the future of the construction business. Yes. And the juicy part of this initiative of this initiative is that the government, the state of Western Australia, is ready to provide $10,000 to every international immigrant that is opportune to get employment opportunity or a sponsorship opportunity from some of the employers that has already registered under this initiative in Western Australia. Yes, $10,000 is ready for every international immigrant to be able to help them to cushion the effect of immigrations with respect to accommodations, flight fees, feeding, among other immigrations expenses that you may want to incur to be able to move from your country to Australia. Now, this initiative is not peculiar to Africa alone, but of course, it covers every international immigrant, particularly those that will require visa to enter Australia. Yes, this initiative is for everyone. Now, another beauty of this thing is this: there are many employers that have already registered, many employers that are in Western Australia that have registered for this initiative. So, which means the initiative is, the 10,000 grants that is given to all international immigrants to move to Australia on this project is not only for international immigrants alone, it is also to encourage employers that are into construction business in the Western Australia to be able to provide sponsorship opportunity to international immigrants. So, which means as you, when you get to Western Australia and you've gotten a sponsorship opportunity through an employer there, there is also the employer also benefit from the money that is provided. There is a particular money that is provided for employer, and I think it is the same figure, $10,000, both for the employer and both for the international immigrants that are into construction business. So there are step-by-step procedure that will allow you to be able to, connect with an employer that are into construction business there, and also for the employer, for them to be able to cite your profile, connect with you, give you an opportunity, and provide you all the necessary documents to be able to apply for jobs. So on this channel or on this video, I will be discussing the procedure to be able to apply, how to make yourself visible for this employer. So like I said, it is not only you that the state of the Western Australia is giving the $10,000 grant to for the movement. Also, the employer benefit from it, although the payment is done instrumentally. So I will be showing to you the step-by-step procedure to be able to connect to employer, register your interest on the Western Australia website so that an employer can discover you. And based on your profile, your CV, your professional experience in the construction business, particularly, depending on which area of construction areas you have, architect, civil engineer, structural engineer, carpentry, plumbing, bricklayer, whatever areas of experience that you have in the construction business, that is what you need to be able to create your profile and connect with an employer there. And let me quickly say this: there is no application fee, there is no hidden charges, there is no qualification that is required. Yes, but of course, if you have if you have an education, that will also amplify your chances, because in Australia, they speak English in Australia. So which means you will need to be able to communicate with them fluently in English. However, based on what I've seen so far, there is no required English language requirement, application fee or qualification or anything required, but you just need to be able to communicate with this employer, okay, in English. Yes, in English. So come with me. Let me show you the details of how you can make your application, submit your CV, create a profile, and the necessary things that you need to do to be able to benefit from this grant that the state of Australia, the Western state of Australia, is giving to everyone in the constructions and building businesses. So come with me as I show them to you. So I am currently on the website of the Government of Western Australia Department of Training and Workforce Development. So this is the Construction Visa Subsidy. It is called Construction Visa Subsidy Program. So everyone in the construction businesses are eligible to apply. Now, let's quickly look at it. The state government is investing in initiative to ensure locals are training for jobs for the future. But there is a need to retain skilled migrants in Western Australia and for interstate and overseas workers who have the skills needed by Western Australia businesses today. So the new Construction Visa Subsidy Program is supporting Western Australian construction businesses to fill the demand for a skilled workforce. This is the juicy part of it. The program will provide grant payment of up to $10,000, you can see it here, up to $10,000 to support skilled migration visa pathways for workers and help offset expenses such as migration agent fees, visa application fees, and relocation costs. So this grant of 10,000, they are paying you literally, they are paying you to move to their country, to come and be working in their country. So, and because of the migration expenses that they know that it will be very burdening on you, they are ready to provide $10,000 migration support fee for this construction visa subsidy program. So any areas of construction business and experience that you have, and you are very good, you can speak English in any country that you are, you can apply for this. Now, let's quickly look at some of the, so like I said, this is for the employer. So employer also benefit from, employer also, if an employer offer you a sponsorship visa on this project, they also stand to benefit. So you are not the only one that will be collecting the $10,000 grant, $10,000 grant from the Western state of Australian government. They also benefit. So you benefit, they benefit. So it is an advantage for them to be able to offer you this job to come into, although the job is dependent on the available vacancy in the construction company anyway. But of course, when there's a vacancy and they offer them to you, they benefit, they collect the grant from the government in 3 instrumental payments. You see, milestone 1 here, the first payment, 2002. So they have their own criteria for applying for this grant, okay? But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm only going to talk about how you can make your application and the first stage of when you can start applying for the application or for the instrumental grant. Of course, the instrumental grant for offshore skilled migrant, this is where your own session fall into. Eligible skilled migrants who apply for their visa offshore will receive payment of up to $10,000, 2 milestone points, meaning 2 installments, and there are stages, and I will show them to you shortly. Now, let's quickly look at some of these stages. This is how an employer can make their own application to the Western state or Western Australian Migration Services. And then, but for the international immigrant coming in through visa, this is how you can make your own application, how to apply for the state nominated stream. Okay. Now, the step 1, lodge an expression of interest skill set. So here, this is where you will be able to create your profile, and let's look at it together, okay? So you click on it, it will take you here, okay? It will ask you to read the terms and conditions. Once you read it, you agree to it, then you move to the next page. Then we take it with, we have time. I'm going to, go through some of the application procedures so that you don't have any issue. And then when it brings you here, it's still going to tell you some of the terms and conditional expression of interest, all of those things, how they manage your data, blah, blah, blah. Now, personal details. Now, here, it is just going to ask you for your name, email, phone number, your gender, date of birth, country of birth, passport number. Of course, you need your international passport. For anything migration, you need to have an international passport. So, and then you put your passport number where it was issued. Which is the client a citizen of the country of passport? So, you have to choose yes for that. And is the client a citizen of any other country? So if you have any other citizenship, so if you have a dual citizenship, this is where you need to enter them. Other passport details, this is where. So then once you fill all your information here, you can move to. So let me try to see if we can put a dummy information here to see if it will take us to the next stage. And okay, so I choose no here. Does the client have other current, with the usual country of residence? So you in here, you choose your country of residence. So I'm Nigerian. I'm going to choose Nigeria here. Does the client have a partner? Here, it is very important. If you are married, you have to go for yes, because this visa is, if you get a job to migrate to this country, you are likely going to be going with, you have an opportunity, let me put it that way. You have an opportunity to move with your partner. So you have to choose yes. So which means in terms of your partner relationship, you have to choose married. So when you choose married, they will, of course, there's likelihood that there will be a session where they will want to get the details, because everything you submit here is what is going to be sent to the Australian Embassy portal for where you are going to make your visa submission or visa application. So you have to choose the correct thing at every point in time. Okay, so in here, they're asking for date of birth. Let's just quickly choose something here. And then, so you click on next. So please confirm that the following information is correct, and it is correct for you. So is all this? So once you choose, I'm not going to choose correct because it's likely going to create a portal for me. I don't want it, because they will be sending me informations about construction jobs and the likes. They will want me to create something. So, but this is how you can make your expression of interest, create a profile, create a CV, so that an employer that have already signified interest in bringing somebody in for a particular position will be able to see your profile. Your profile will be recommended to them. I will show to you some of these things. Anyway, your profile will be recommended to them based on your experience and the number of jobs in the construction business that you claim that you have experience on. So once you click on next, it will, but I'm not going to click on next here so that it doesn't, because I don't know what's the next thing. So it's looking like this is close to the ending stage. Now that is the step. Now in here, detailed information, that is, we are still on step 1, detailed information including a step-by-step process to apply for the Western State Nominated Migration Program can be found here. So if you need any other information, you can click here regarding that. Now, connect with an employer. This is an essential part, which is why I took you through that first stage where you will create a profile for an employer to discover your skills in the construction business, and particularly if an employer has already signified that they are looking for vacancy in any area of what is it called. So the system will immediately sort and recommend your profile or your application to them. So if you have not already linked with an employer, you can enter your details on the Skilled Migration Employment Register, which is what we've just looked at, okay? So when you enter your details there in terms of your experience and every other thing that you have experience at, that will help employer to be able to, easily, see your applications and, or suggest your application to them when they post any available vacancy for their company. So this may allow you to indicate your interest to work in Western and provide the opportunity for an employer to connect with you. So an opportunity for an employer to connect with you and to see your skill set pertaining to any available vacancy in the construction business. You may also choose to engage a registered migration agent. So this is what you can do yourself. But if you feel that you have the money to pay a registered migration agent in your country, you can check their list here. So I'm not going to go through that now. register your visa. So once you connect with an employer and an employer, you guys have been able to secure a deal and he has given you all the necessary informations to be able to apply for visa, he's taking interest in you, is giving you the position, he will send you some document. The employer will send you all the necessary document to show that you have been offered the position. So it is all of the document that the state has granted to him to offer to you as a sponsor, because he will be responsible for you. They will be the ones sponsoring you. And like I said, they are also getting paid for sponsoring people to come to their company or to come to Western states of Australia to work. So when they've issued all of these documents to you, then you can register your arrival. You can use the information to approach any Australian embassy to apply for visa. And if you need any further information, you can use the information on how to register your arrival and visa approval with migration services. You can use their information here. Now, when you have now entered Australia, that is when you can now start to make your claim for the $10,000 grant. Now, once you have been approved for state nomination and your visa has been granted by the Commonwealth Department of Home Office, register your arrival and visa approval and migration services, then you can now lodge your claim. Now, number one, the first claim, which is $5,000, when you have commenced your employment with an eligible employer and received your first pay slip. So after the first month when you started work and after the first pay slip, then you can now come in here to register for your first grant claim. So you register for it here, and of course, then the second claim, when you have completed 6 months of work in that construction industry, after 6 months, that is when, what this means is after 6 months, you can come back to make the second claim. So, we just wanted to be sure that you are not going to collect their money and run to another place. So after first month of pay slip, you collect your 5,000, you register and collect your money. Then after 6 months, you come again and register for the 5,000 grant. Now, so that is that about the procedure to be able to connect with an employer and get a visa sponsorship under the Construction Visa Subsidy program currently going on in Australia. Now, another thing is this: how to join the Skilled Migrant Employer Register. So this is particular. So we've talked about it, skilled migrants seeking employment in Western Australia. If you are a skilled migrant who would like to connect with an employer across, sign up for the migration portal, which I've shown to you. Once you have created the portal, complete a registration to join the Skilled Migrant Employment Register, where you can promote your desired employment occupation, location, skills, and experience to employer with current Western Australian job vacancies. So which means all of these vacancies have been accumulated. They have a portal themselves that they usually go to say, oh, we have a vacancy in this place and all of those things. So that is why you also need to create a profile. So once a vacancy that has already been registered by an employer match with what you have registered for, they quickly match both of you together. And if the employer likes your profile, they connect with you and you guys take up the conversation from there. Now, if an employer wishes to connect with you, they will send you an invitation to connect via the migration portal, which is that portal that I took you to earlier. Log into the portal at your convenience to update your profile, upload your employment-related document, and manage your invitation to connect with an employer. So, we've looked at that. That's it. Now, so these are the jobs that the employer are actively recruiting for. If you are in the construction project business, these are the architect, landscape architect, surveyor, civil engineer, quantity surveyor, structural engineer. You can see them on the screen: civil engineer, draft person, technician, bricklayer, stone person. I don't know what is glacial, drainer, graffiter, electrician, roof plumber, lift mechanic, air conditioning and refrigeration mechanic, cabler, data and telecommunication, landscape gardener, cabinet maker, interior decorator. Anything relating to construction that you are into, literally, even if the name that you call them in your country is not what I'm sure it is here, as long as you are in a construction-related business. So this opportunity is for you and you cannot afford to miss it. Try as much as possible to create your profile successfully so that you can connect with an employer who have already signified interest. And like I said, it is a win-win situation. It is a good thing for them to sponsor you to come, because they are also getting paid. You are not the only one getting paid. So both of you, it is a win-win situation. And Once an employer connects with you and they like your profile, they will be able to grant you a sponsorship visa subsidy program to enter or to migrate with your family to Western Australia. So this is an opportunity that I want to bring to those in the construction business. And if you are just seeing us for the first time, this is Japa with your day. Like and subscribe to our channel, so that by the time we bring opportunities and information like this, you will be the first person to get notification. Also follow us on all of our social media platforms. It is a pleasure to have brought this opportunity our way once again. Bye-bye for now.